This is Daniel Connor, real number 2. Not sure of the day, spent the last few days with the fever. For a while I thought I was going to die. Now I'm wondering if it'd have been better if I had. Keep thinking it's a nightmare and that any minute I'll wake up and everything will be back to normal. Instead, in my dreams, everyone's alive and the nightmare's what I wake up to. And the dawn chorus, I'd never heard it so loud before. Or maybe it just seems that way because of the silence. At least the birds have something to be cheerful about.
Hello, sleepyhead. How are you this morning? Oh, you poor thing. Mummy's brought you some soup. It's your favourite. Tomato. Now, you're going to be a brave little soldier and eat it all up. Come on. You're not going to get better if you don't have your soup. All right. If you're not hungry now, I'll put it on the side in case you change your mind. Just don't let it go cold. I know what you're like, reading your comics.
The road into London's fairly clear. Most of the traffic's outbound. There must have been a jam. The cars are bumper to bumper. People must have died waiting to get out. A few cars have been set alight, still smoking. Whether it was an accident or deliberate, I don't know. Don't like to look too closely. But the way in is clear. I suppose you'd have to be a complete idiot to want to drive into... Oh, Christ! Spoke too soon. A dog ran into the road. First sign of life I've seen since... Well, I haven't seen any other cars. Moving, I mean. But I'm sticking to 30, just in case. Coming into the Kilburn High Road. There are a few smashed shop windows. But if anybody's still alive, they're staying inside. And I can't say I blame them.
I have to go and check on your sister now because she's under the weather too. What with you two and Daddy, it's a good job you have me to look after you, isn't it? And when you get better, Mummy has a surprise for you. You didn't think I'd forget, did you? There'll be chocolate cake and presents and all sorts of fun and games. But first, you have to wrap up warm and concentrate on getting better for Mummy. My brave little soldier.
How are you feeling?
Much better. But I could do with a drink.
Here. Just more tonic water, I'm afraid.
No chance of mixing it with something stronger?
Thing is, if I started drinking now, I might never stop.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize.
I don't go shouting it from the rooftops. Here.
Not much of a breakfast. What I wouldn't give for some waffles and syrup. Or even a fresh melon.
Well, it's the best I could do. The food in the cafeteria is rotting. It's starting to stink and there are flies everywhere.
Hey, I'm trying to eat here. How long was I out for?
3 days, off and on. Are you well enough to move?
Oh, I think so. Why?
We have to get out of here. Leave the airport.
Oh, I thought you said we weren't to leave the terminal. Your instructions
My
were
instructions no longer apply. The departure lounge, the arrivals hall. There are bodies everywhere. Too many to clear away and no one left to do it. And they're decomposing fast.
Oh, great. So much for my appetite.
And the stench hits you so hard you want to be sick. You can hardly breathe, which is why we have to get out.
Okay, you've convinced me. But I'm going to have to sort out some clothes.
I've already done it. Been through baggage reclaim and found some things in your size. If you hadn't woken up, I was going to carry you. I've got a car ready outside, all fueled up.
What are we waiting for?
Here, take this.
What is it?
Crisps, chocolate. plus the contents of a first aid box. Nearest thing we have to a survival kit.
There might still be something left. Gillison's orders check every chemist's. It'll only take 5 minutes, then we'll go to the cash and carry.
Fine. Wait here. I'll go first.
You really think that's necessary?
We're not the only ones left, and right now everyone's going to be trying to grab what they can. Someone's got here before us.
You're right. Just baby food and shampoo. We'd be better off searching hospitals and old people's homes.
Not now, we wouldn't. Not now the corpses are starting to putrefy. Come on, let's check in the back.
I'm now inside the chamber of the House of Commons. The whole place is deserted. I assume everybody was either sent home or evacuated. But whatever happened so fast, they didn't bother to lock up. It's a strange feeling being here. Under 2 weeks ago, the great and the good were sitting in this room, arguing about strikes and the common market. But now, nothing but silence.
Shouldn't we be filling gas cans?
No need. Plenty of other cars on the road. We can siphon off what we need when we need it.
They blocked off every exit from the parking lot.
Quarantine Regulation 1, but there must be some way. There!
Ah! Somebody drove through the barrier.
Clear the way. Lucky for us.
Not so lucky for them. Your guards had them shot, look.
Government orders to protect the public.
For all the good it did.
Well, there's no one here now, not even any bodies. They must have deserted their posts. Probably made for the countryside.
Or they went home to their families. That's what I'd do if I could get home. What about you? Don't you have anyone?
Father in a nursing home up in the Cotswolds. And sister and nephews in Australia.
Nobody else?
No. Not for a long time.
Never married?
Oh, I did. Wonderful woman called Brenda. We had 6 years together before cancer took her away from me.
Very sorry.
I'm sure your husband, your would-be husband...
So where are we going?
We survived, so there must be others. Even if it's 1 in 1,000, in London that's 7,000 people. We have to find them. The more of us there are, the better. Then we can start sorting things out.
What do you mean sorting things out?
Assess the situation, restore a system of government, re-establish lines of communication with the rest of the world.
Oh, sounds positively utopian.
Well, what's the alternative? We revert to barbarism, savagery, or the wrong people end up in charge.
You seem to have got it all worked out.
No, not really. I'm making it up as I go along.
Baked beans and tinned goods?
Check.
Cornflakes?
Check.
Got enough, haven't you? You sure we'll be able to fit all that in the car?
We'll have to try. Anything on the list, we take.
But we can always come back again, make 2 journeys.
Not if we can help it. Besides, this is all that's left. Most of the shelves are empty.
I heard there was panic buying towards the end. There might be some more in the stock room.
Okay, you take a look while I load up.
Saeed! Saeed!
What is it? Oh my god. So that's what happened to the owner.
But he didn't die of the sickness. He's been shot.
Recently, too. Within the last 24 hours, at least.
How can you know that?
No smell, no flies. He must have been a survivor.
So what happened to him?
Someone else must have got here before us.
The other groups that Gillison mentioned.
Yeah. Looks like he was right.
But then, they might still be here, watching.
You're right. We have to get out. Back to the car.
I can't see anyone out there.
Okay, walk with me. Hands up so they can see we got their warning and aren't carrying anything.
Oh!
Get in, get in!
Oh! We should surrender!
I don't think they're in a mood to listen, Susie.
So if there is anyone out there, how do we find them?
Check meeting places. Football stadia, cricket grounds, army barracks.
Churches?
Probably not. If people congregated, praying for a miracle, the same goes for hospitals, schools, community centres. Anywhere with unburied bodies.
Right.
Alternatively, we make it easy for them to find us. Can't be many cars driving around, so keep an eye out as we come into town.
Nothing. The BBC has stopped broadcasting.
Try shortwave. Well, leave it on. Keep trying. We might be able to pick up a police radio or...
Shh.
What?
I thought I heard something.
We have food, clean water, and shelter. This is James Gillison broadcasting from Feltham Polytechnic. Ordnance Survey, Grid TQ1 04721. If anyone out there can hear this, if you have had the sickness and recovered, you are welcome to join us. We are over 20 strong.
20?
With more arriving every day. We have all had the sickness and survived. We do not have a cure. So if you are unwell, remain in bed till you recover.
John!
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not concentrating.
This message will be broadcast every hour, on the hour, day and night. Please tell anyone you meet. We have food, clean water, and shelter.
We have to go there. Feltham Polytechnic. Do you know where it is? What are you stopping for?
I suddenly feel so hot. Dizzy.
John, you're sweating. Let me feel your forehead. Oh, you've got a fever. You're burning up.
I'm sorry. I'm fresh out of it. I think I'm going to be sick.
But you've already had the sickness. You've been ill already, yes, and you got better, but...
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
So what is it? What's the matter with you?
Give me a few minutes. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
John! John!
Every decision we make now has consequences. The future lies in our hands, we unhappy few. We can rebuild society as it was before, or we can use this as an opportunity to forge something greater. But to do this, we must stand together. It's our only hope of survival. Which concludes today's meeting. Return to your allotted tasks. And those of you newly arrived, wait in the refectory and you will be given hot meals, drinking water, fresh linen, and allocated a dormitory. Well, Saeed, Susie, was your mission successful?
Not really, no.
No medical supplies?
Every chemist's was empty. It's the same everywhere.
That's not the half of it. The shopkeeper in the Chapel Street cash and carry had been shot. Recently. And then someone shot at us.
I see. Whereabouts exactly?
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, I heard you. I've had other reports of another group in that area.
You knew, and you sent us out there anyway.
Well, I couldn't be sure when I sent you out armed.
What is this other group?
I don't know. They don't seem willing to make contact. I suggest we keep out of their way for the time being. I'll let the other gatherers know.
And that's it?
Until we know how many of them there are, all we can do is defend ourselves, keep our people secure and fed.
Speaking of which, they're serving dinner in the refectory.
For new members, you can eat out on the road.
What?
You have a quota, and while you're out gathering, you're free to eat as much as you like.
But we haven't had anything to eat since yesterday.
Then you'd better find something. Now, this area to the north hasn't been checked. Penny Street. There's a late-night garage, a mini-market, and a dentist's.
There. Bit of sunshine do you the world of good. Can't have you lying in bed all day, can we? You can sit and watch the aeroplanes through the window glass. You like that? No, your dad is still dozing on the sofa. He'll be out to play later when you're both feeling better. Your sister's looking a lot better now, though. When I left her, she was playing with her dolls, just like always. Got you some orange juice. The electric's gone, so we should use it up before it goes off. There's no water either, but I spoke to the man at the council. He said it's a burst water main and they'll have it fixed soon. You know, there don't seem to be any planes. It's very quiet. Expect they're having another one of their strikes. Still, a bit of peace and quiet will give you a chance to get some sleep.
Real number 10. I'm in Trafalgar Square. It's mostly deserted. A few bodies, but mainly just pigeons and rats. A few days without humans and suddenly they're everywhere. No fear at all. And dogs. Everything from Alsatians to poodles. The fountains are off, of course, and the water's getting murky. I tried getting into Downing Street, but everything was sealed up. Buckingham Palace was barricaded with sandbags and pillboxes, and whole piles of bodies along the Mall. I don't know whether they were dumped here or came here to die. But the smell... 10 minutes ago, I walked around the National Gallery. My own private viewing. A few of the paintings were missing. I don't know whether they were removed or stolen, though I found the bodies of a couple of cleaning staff. It looks like the sickness came too quickly. Oh! What the... Someone's shooting at me. From Admiralty Arch, I think. I can see two of them. Well, that proves there are others. Managed to get behind a lion south of the... Been here 10 minutes. Stop firing. Giving me up for dead. Hopefully. Gonna have to make a dash for it.
Hello? Anyone at home? Hey, John, let me help you.
I'm fine, I can walk.
Yeah, let me help you before you fall over again. There's a couch through here.
Water. I need some water.
Okay, I'll get it for you. Just sit yourself down first.
Where are we?
First house I could find with an unlocked front door. If there's anyone at home, they're upstairs, and I'm not gonna go see.
Good idea. Very wise.
You just stay here, and I'll fetch you water and blankets from the car.
Daddy, why? You were ill. While you were ill, I had to move bodies outside. I covered my mouth, washed my hands with them. Water must have been contaminated. I need antibiotics.
Did you have any in the first aid box?
Couldn't find any. Oh, God.
Okay, John, okay. Great. I will see what I can do.
All right. Time to go in. It's getting dark and we don't want you getting cold, do we? Not on top of everything else. I've made your bed, so it's all fresh and tidy. Because you were a little bit sick in the night, weren't you? Oh, it's all right. I'm not cross with you. There we go. I'll carry you in and take you up. Oh, look at all the stars. Oh, it's like when we were on holiday in Cornwall. Do you remember? They're so clear and bright. When you're better, Joe, you should have a go with that telescope of yours. That'll be fun, won't it?
I've parked at the top of Sydenham Hill, and there's a light, a sort of orange glow. It's London. It must be on fire. A gas explosion or something. I don't know, but it seems kind of fitting. The whole city turned into a funeral pyre.
Been here 10 minutes. Stop firing. Giving me up for dead. Hopefully. Out of London, just coming through Dulwich. Most of the main roads are blocked, so I'm having to take the back roads. It's got dark. I'm having to drive more slowly than usual. I've never seen it so dark in London before, not even during the power cuts. There are no streetlights, no shops, nothing. The Foxes are out in force. It seems kind of fitting. The whole city turned into a funeral pyre.
I should get some sleep. I can barely keep my eyes open. But I should say, even though I was shot at today, it was a relief to know that there are still people out there. That I'm not the last man on Earth.
We should go back. We're wasting torch batteries.
We have to check everywhere. Every chemist's, every surgery.
Somebody's already broken in here.
There might be something in the back or upstairs.
Can't we come back in the morning?
If there are other looters about, then it might be too late. It's like Gillison said.
Gillison. He doesn't have the answer to everything.
He's the only person I know with a plan to keep us alive.
I wouldn't be surprised if he'd worked it out before the sickness even started.
It's locked.
Well, that's that then.
Not necessarily. If it was locked for a reason, right? Hold my torch while I... Got it. Susie Light.
Wow. A full stockroom.
Painkillers. Antibiotics, anti-inflammatories. Gillison's gonna be over the moon when we bring this load back.
Did you hear that?
There's someone in the shop. Down!
What if they're armed?
And it's a good job I bought this. Stay here.
If you insist.
All right, I can see you. Hands up.
What the?
I said hands up!
What the? They're up!
Don't move. You move and I'll shoot. How many of you are there?
Just me. And my friend. He's sick. I came here to get drugs.
Of course he's sick. Everyone here's sick. Didn't anyone tell you?
What?
You've just arrived, right? Flown in from America?
No, I don't. I'm afraid not. We both had the sickness.
And you got better? Where's your friend now?
Back at the house. About a mile up the road.
And that's it? No one else?
Yes, no.
If you're lying, I shoot. Susie, come out here.
What is it?
Check her for guns.
What? I don't have a gun. I don't have anything.
Check her.
All right. Sorry. Nothing. She's unarmed.
Okay, lady. Let's see this friend of yours.
He's through here. He passed out about an hour ago. Redgrave, wake up.
Well, he's still alive.
Just. He's burning up. Heart rate 130. Some kind of bacterial infection.
How do you know that?
Saeed's a doctor.
Medical student.
So it's not the sickness again?
No swollen lymph glands. This is something else.
Oh, then you know how to treat him. The antibiotics from the shop, you can use them.
Not here. He needs proper care. I'll give him a shot, then we'll take him to the campus as soon as it gets light.
Campus?
Felton Polytechnic. It's not far.
Oh, right. I know. We picked up your message from someone called Gilligan.
Gillison.
Right. We were on our way there when we were found...
Then you're lucky we found you. Okay, miss. Sorry, what's your...
Maddie. Madeline Price.
Okay, Maddie. You wait here while Susie and I'll go back to the chemist, load up and bring the car out front.
You're not going to leave me here?
No, we're not going to leave.
Promise?
We promise.
Will he be all right?
Under normal circumstances, I'd say his chances were good. But he's barely recovered from the sickness, so who knows?
The fire seems to have burned itself out during the night, but there's still a huge cloud of smoke hanging over West London. I'm driving west towards Heathrow. My plan, such as it is to find somewhere self-sufficient. which means a farm in the middle...
What the hell is she doing?
Hello?
Hello?
Are you all right?
Yes. Aren't these pretty flowers?
You've had the sickness and got better?
I had the sickness. But what does it have to do with you?
Because I did too. I had it and got better. And you're the first living soul I've spoken to in days. Is there anyone with you? Did anyone else survive?
My husband's inside, and my children. But they're all still ill.
How is he now?
Still breathing, boiling hot. Pulse now 150.
Give him another shot of beta blockers.
What about the antibiotics? He needs medical treatment.
Yes, and he'll get it. We're here.
This is it?
What did you expect?
I don't know, but I didn't expect sandbags and barbed wire and men with machine guns.
Mr. Gillison, keeping us safe from a dangerous world.
Yeah?
Syed Rahman, Susan Carter, Gatherer Group 11.
You were due back last night.
I know, we got delayed. Found a couple of new recruits, they're in the back.
The bloke. What's wrong with it?
Not sure, but it's not the sickness. They've both had it and recovered.
Alright. Entrance number 2, decontamination. And don't speak to anybody else on...
I know. Thank you.
Well, can you do anything for him?
No. I'm sorry. He's dead.
What? No. He can't be. He's just sleeping.
He died in his sleep. At least he wouldn't have suffered.
Are you sure?
He's cold to the touch. Rigor mortis has set in.
No.
He's been dead for quite some time. It must have happened several
No.
days ago.
No. He can't have it.
He
can't
did.
have...
I'm sorry.
You mean... While I was ill, upstairs, he died alone?
Like I said, he was asleep. He felt nothing.
You don't know that! I had the disease. My children have had it. I know what it's like.
Your children had it? But they got better?
They're upstairs in bed.
But they got better?
No, don't go up there. They're sleeping.
Mr. Gillison, this is Maddie Price.
Hello, Miss Price. Welcome. You've been given breakfast?
Yes, thank you. Now, can you tell me what you've done with Redgrave?
Redgrave?
The man she was with. We've had him placed in the infirmary.
The infirmary? He still has the sickness?
No, by the look of him, it's cholera.
You all decontaminated yourselves on your way into the campus?
Of course.
We can't be too careful. You know as well as I do that with our immune systems compromised by the...
He wasn't infectious.
And we can treat him. We found a supply of enough antibiotics and other drugs to last for months.
You've brought it in?
It's in a secure storeroom.
Well done. Well done. Did you recover everything?
Not quite. There wasn't room in the car.
Then you must show me. But first, Miss Price. In a moment you'll be shown round the campus. You'll find a growing cooperative community which is well defended and with a plentiful supply of food and water. And we need people like you.
People like me?
You're young, healthy. I'm sure you're no stranger to hard work.
You make it sound irresistible.
Or you're free to leave. Everyone here is free to leave whenever they wish.
Really?
But why would they? Given the alternative.
But there might be other survivors, other groups like yours.
I'm sure there are. But they're not all as egalitarian as me. Miss Carter, if you'll give Miss Price the guided tour.
Yes, Mr. Gillison. Maddie?
All right.
I should go too.
Wait, Saeed. How old is this man, Redgrave?
Late 50s. 60 maybe, why?
Let us think about this for a moment. We only have a limited supply of medicine. When it runs out, there won't be any more. We have to ration what we have.
Ration? What are you talking about?
Now, this isn't the old world, where we could afford to be sentimental. Can we afford to squander medicine on the elderly?
Squander? If we don't treat him, he'll die.
Our priority has to be the young and the healthy. Men who can provide food and security, and women who can reproduce and raise the next generation.
I can't believe I'm hearing this.
Pure pragmatism. I don't like it any more than you do, but the alternative is extinction.
This guy used to work for the government. He might be able to help us. He might know more about what's happened.
What he did in the past is immaterial. Can he farm? Does he know how to repair machinery?
Well, neither do you. What makes you indispensable?
I'm your leader. I'm the only thing holding this group together. Without me, you'd be dead.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Of course. Gillison calling Mr. Walker.
Walker receiving, sir.
Listen carefully. I have a little job for you.
They're dead. They're both dead.
No! They're not! They can't be! They can't be dead!
They are! You know they are!
But I got better, didn't I? I got better, so they should have got better too!
I don't think it works like that.
They should have got better too!
I'm sure you did everything you could, but they've gone.
They're alive! I know! They're alive! I could hear them speaking to me.
You're in a state of shock. The mind can do funny things. Oh, by the look of you, you haven't slept for days.
Slept? How can I sleep when my baby's
Look, you wait here while I carry them downstairs. Then you can help me pick out a spot for them in the garden. Sorry, I don't know your name.
Jackie Birchall. They were Joseph and Gemma.
Okay, let's lay Joseph and Gemma to rest. Shall we?
I suppose he has a point.
A point? Left untreated, Redgrave will die.
I know,
He
but
survived a sickness, and for what? His life's suddenly so cheap that we can afford to throw it away?
if Gillison says...
He's wrong. He just wants this guy dead.
Why?
Because his government. A challenge to his authority.
That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous to be letting him die when we could save him.
So, what are we going to do?
Go to the secure storeroom, take what I need, treat him. What, are you going to stop me now?
No.
No.
No. I'm going to help you.
Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, in the sure and certain hope of the resurrection to eternal life. Amen.
Amen.
Sorry I couldn't do more than a shallow grave. It'll have to do.
Oh, thank you. They're together now, that's the main thing. They'll get the sun in the mornings and the flowers will grow back. I'll go and pack my things.
Don't take long.
It's all right. I just need to grab a packet of...
What is it?
The packets are empty. They're all empty.
They can't be. Let me look.
But we only bought them in an hour ago. Someone must have...
Remove them.
Mr. Gillison,
All right, stay still, both of you.
A trap.
A test of loyalty.
where are the antibiotics? What have you done with them?
Don't worry. They're in a safe place.
If we let Redgrave die, that's as bad as murder.
I'm afraid I can't tolerate disloyalty. If you don't wish to obey my rules, rules created for the good of us all, you are free to leave.
Really?
Really?
But I think you need us more than we need you. How many other trained medics have you got,
We have books, we can train others.
And me. What am I? A baby machine?
Well, I admit you are a valuable resource. But this isn't a prison. If you do decide to leave,
Yes.
then there's no coming back. Well, what's it to be?
I'm staying.
Susie?
If Saeed's staying, so am I.
Good. Good, I'm glad you've seen sense. Now, I believe both of you have duties to attend to. Oh, and one more thing.
What?
Don't ever try anything like this again. No second chances.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You can always come back.
No. I don't think I will. I think once we're done here, we should move on.
Probably for the best. A fresh start. It's like we're all on page 1, isn't it? Anything that happened before, who we were, it's like a dream. A dream we've woken up from, that we'll never get back.
Maddie.
It's all right. I'm here.
What? I'm so...
What? Here, drink this.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. You looked after me. Now it's my turn.
I've not done a very good job, have I?
I wouldn't still be here if it wasn't for you.
But how many others?
It's all right, John. You'll be back on your feet in no time. You just have to hang on. So do that for me, okay? So, where's the antibiotics?
It's bad news, I'm afraid.
Gillison's decided that your friend would be a waste of good medicine.
What? Oh, let me talk to him.
It wouldn't do any good.
I can be very persuasive.
Then there isn't time.
What do you suggest we do?
I suggest you stay here and look after your friend while I go back to where we met and fetch some more antibiotics.
In that case, I'm coming with you.
Maddie.
No, he's my friend. And I'm not sitting around here doing nothing.
What are you doing?
Sorry. Force of habit. We always have the radio on in the car for the children. Can't stand the silence.
You won't get anything. The BBC went off air over a week.
Feltham Polytechnic. Ordnance Survey, grid TQ1 04721. If anyone out there can hear this, if you have had the sickness and recovered, you are welcome to
Jackie,
join us.
there's an A to Z in the glove
We are over
compartment.
20 strong, with more arriving every day.
Polytechnic.
We have all had the
Feltham
sickness
Polytechnic.
and
Oh, hold on.
survived.
Outside Hounslow. Where are we now?
Have a
Wandsworth.
Oh, it's only about 10 miles away. I'll give you
cure. Remain in
directions.
bed to
We're not the only ones left. Thank God, we're not the only ones left.
We broadcast every hour on the hour.
You ready? Susie? Maddie?
Yeah, ready.
Then take this.
Guns. I've never fired a gun before.
Then let's hope you don't have to start.
Saeed, are you sure they're necessary?
Remember the shopkeeper? There are other gangs out there.
Other gangs.
We have to be ready to defend ourselves.
Daniel, stop the car.
What?
Stop the car.
What is it?
It's my fault. It's all my fault. Why they died.
It's not. They would have got infected no matter what you did.
You don't understand.
And there was nothing you could have done to save them.
That's just what I thought. That everyone who got the sickness would die. I didn't think there was a chance I'd survive. If I'd known that...
It wouldn't have made any difference.
You don't understand. Everywhere people were dying. Everyone I knew was either dying or dead. I was sick. Joe and Gemma were sick. And Jason... I'd seen him suffering. He was in so much pain.
You saw him die.
I didn't want Joe and Gemma to have to go through that. I didn't want them to suffer like he did, so I made up a drink for them both, told them it was medicine, and they'd have to be brave and drink it all up. Then, when they were asleep, I took a pillow and
You spared their suffering.
you don't understand. I thought I was going to die. I made up more of the drink for myself, went to bed thinking that was the end, and then I woke up. I woke up!
I'm so sorry.
And if I had got better, then they might have got better too. They might have got better.
It wasn't your fault. You weren't to know.
I killed them. I did it. I took their lives. And now, all I can think is that it would have been better if I'd never woken up and had just died with them.
Don't say that.
If it wasn't for me, they might still be alive.
You don't know that for sure.
No. That's just it. I don't know for sure. And I'm going to have to live with that knowledge for the rest of my life.
Bingo!
Where did you find those?
Over here, there's a whole bag of them.
Susie, was this here before?
I don't know. I don't remember. It was dark.
Yeah, you're probably right.
What's the matter?
Just getting paranoid. Okay, we got what we came for. Let's get out of here.
Hello?
Susie, careful.
It's all right. Poor thing looks hungry. I'll starve to death.
It's not the only one.
Leave it alone, Susie. We have to get back to the car.
Oh, what's the matter? Not had anything to eat.
Susie, for God's sake.
Get it off! Get it off!
Susie! No! All right, you little... Maddie!
Just a warning shot to scare him off.
Well, it worked.
Saeed!
It's all right. Just try and stay calm. Maddie, go back inside, get bandages.
It's bitten off two of her fingers.
Go inside now!
All right.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
Susie, it's all right. Don't blame yourself. I'll need to make a tourniquet to stem the blood loss. Just hold on till we get you back to the campus. Maddie, hurry up!
Should be coming up to Richmond Bridge any moment. What is it?
We have company.
She's waving to us.
Thank goodness you stopped. I'm so glad to see you.
It's all right. Calm down.
I'm sorry. It's a bit of a relief, that's all. I haven't spoken to anyone for days. I'm Jenny, by the way. Jenny Richards.
I'm Daniel Connett. This is Jackie Birchall.
Hello?
Look, I tell you what. There's a pub just on the corner. We'll park and meet you outside.
Outside, yes. You're not going to go away, are you?
No.
Oh, sorry. Very good. All right, see you in a minute, then.
There's a free bed over here.
Thanks. I'll need fresh dressings and disinfectants. The wound might be infected.
I'm sorry.
Forget about it. You're alive. That's all that matters.
Still, we got the antibiotics.
Yes, I nearly forgot.
He's over here. Oh, no.
Right. If he's unconscious, we may have to administer the amoxicillin intravenously. Set up a saline drip, please.
I think we're too late.
What? He's still warm, though. He's been dead for less than an hour.
I never should have left him.
Well, I'm not sure what you could have done, even so. It shouldn't have been this quick. Unless the sickness weakened his system.
What is it?
Constricted pupils. He's been given an injection.
Yes. Morphine.
What?
The least I could do to ease his suffering.
Ease his suffering? What are you talking about?
He's given him a lethal overdose.
Yes. I thought it was the most merciful action. I had him put to sleep just after you left on your little errand.
I thought it was a bit convenient. You hiding the medical supplies and letting us go to find some more.
You're being paranoid, Saeed.
I don't think I am. You wanted us out the way so you'd be free to kill Redgrave.
Oh, nonsense.
Really?
I would have done the same if you were present in this room. Nobody questions my authority here.
Yeah, well, maybe they should.
And if they did, how long do you think we'd last?
How long are you gonna last if you go around killing people?
He was a dead weight. A burden. We have to survive.
At what cost?
At any cost.
And what about Susie?
While we were out on our wild goose chase, she was attacked by dogs.
They'd gone feral. They bit her, tore off 2 fingers of her right hand.
But she'll survive?
Given treatment, yes.
Hey, you're a medic, Saeed, then treat her.
Because she's more valuable to you?
For as long as she can bear children, she is priceless.
After Pat died, my friend I told you about, I left the hospital and just started walking.
And you've been walking ever since?
Yes. I've been trying to avoid main roads. Anywhere with too many cars. Too many... and I can't drive or ride a bicycle with all my bits and bobs, so what else could I do?
And we're the first people you've met?
Yes. Except for some looters on my way out of the city, but nobody since. What about you?
I drove into the West End 2 days ago. I thought it was deserted until somebody shot at me.
They shot at you? Why?
Maybe they hadn't had the sickness yet?
Possibly, but I think the only people left are people who've got better.
It doesn't make any sense. What's so special or different about us?
Who knows? It might be genetic, some sort of natural immunity, or maybe we're just lucky.
If you call this lucky.
You can't think like that. You just can't. We owe it to those who have died to go on living.
I can't believe Gillison killed him. After everything we've been through.
That's Gillison for you. Pragmatic to a fault.
Well, I don't know about you, but I've had enough.
What?
I'm leaving, even if it means being on my own.
Don't worry. You won't be on your own.
Susie?
Gillison might want to send us back to the Middle Ages, but I won't be used like that. Not by him, not by anyone.
What about you, Saeed?
I get a feeling that sooner or later Gillison's going to find me surplus to requirements. And besides, you ladies need looking after.
So where are you heading? Out of London too?
We were, but then we picked up a radio broadcast.
I thought all the radio stations had been switched off.
Not the BBC, just a man called Gillison, broadcasting from Felton Polytechnic.
He says he has a group there, and he's inviting people to join.
And that's where you're going?
You're welcome to come with us.
But you know you can't go. Felton's still in London,
Yes,
isn't it?
I suppose, but...
No, don't you understand? You have to get out of the cities. Dr. Andrews said that with no one to bury the dead, they'd be like cesspits in a few days. Our only chance is in the country.
That was what I thought too, but if this man Gillison has managed to set up some sort of community...
No, listen to me. You die if you stay here.
So you don't want to come with us?
No, I'm sorry, I can't.
You're determined to get out of London?
Yes. Yes, I am. I'm sorry.
But if you don't come with us now, there's no guarantee we'll ever find you again.
I know, but...
What?
You have to promise me something. If the people in this community start getting sick, get out. Get out while you can.
I promise.
Jenny, were you heading for anywhere in particular?
No, just west. Wiltshire or somewhere like that.
Then we can at least give you a lift.
That's everything. Guns, water. Are you sure you're feeling up to this, Susie?
To be honest, I don't want to stay here a second longer.
Me neither.
Right. Then let's go.
Going somewhere?
Yes. I thought we could check out another area for you.
With all those supplies? I don't think so. I think you're deserting.
You said we were free to leave.
And you are. There can be no leadership without consent.
So you're not going to stop us?
Stop you? Well, of course not. If you're making a start somewhere else, I want you to succeed. Maybe one day, when you've established yourselves, we'll reconcile our differences and trade resources. But until then, consider this a parting gesture of goodwill.
Thank you.
Good luck. I hope I'll see you again sometime.
Goodbye, Mr. Gillison.
You're still sure you don't want to come with us?
Yes, I'm sure. Thanks.
And we can't take you any further?
No, it's all right. I can follow the motorway into the Chilterns from now on. You've done more than enough.
All right, but if you change your mind, you know where to find us. Goodbye.
And if you change your mind, come and find me.
Goodbye, Jenny.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. And good luck.
You too.
Okay, if we head east through Twickenham and cross the Thames here at Hampton Court.
The palace?
Yes, the palace. Bit of sightseeing for you. You right in the back, Susie?
I'm fine. You don't have to keep asking, you know.
But isn't this just taking us back into London?
To begin with, but then we head south.
But why not just go west?
Because that's what Gillison would expect us to do.
What's the matter? What's going on?
Not sure. Fuel tank is full.
Yes, but of what?
So what do we do now?
We just have to find another vehicle. Wait here, I'll be as quick as I can.
Oh no, I'm sticking with you.
I need you to stay in the car, on guard.
I can do that. I'm not helpless, you know.
Okay. I'll check that showroom there, that's the best bet.
I can hear something.
Get out. Both of you.
What?
We don't know who it is.
The only person it could be. Gillison.
Why would he come after us?
Don't ask questions, Maddie. Run.
Where?
Head to the river. Take Susie with you.
Ah!
I'll hold them off. Now go, quickly!
Come on, Susie!
Take care, Saeed!
Keep out of sight! I'll come and find you! If I get the chance.
You might as well give up now, Saeed.
Stay there! One step closer and I'll shoot.
Whatever you say.
What do you want?
Want to tidy up some unfinished business.
What business?
Well, I'm afraid I wasn't telling the truth earlier. You see, I can't have people thinking there's another group out there they can run away and join.
What does that have to do with us?
It's a matter of survival. To maintain order, everyone has to believe that if they tried to leave, a rival gang would have them shot.
You mean there isn't a rival gang?
Not within a 5-mile radius, no. They're a convenient fiction I've created.
So the person who shot at us, it was one of your men?
Yes. Norman here is a very accurate marksman.
And you had the shopkeeper killed too?
He didn't wish to join, thought he'd fare better on his own. So I had Norman show him he was mistaken.
Stay where you are! One step closer and I'll shoot!
I'm sorry, but the rule of law must be enforced. Sedition cannot be tolerated.
You're insane!
No, on the contrary, I'm the only sane one here. The only one who's prepared to do whatever it takes, to take decisions for the greater good.
All right, you asked for it.
I'm afraid your bullets are blanks. They've always been blanks, as if I'd trust you with live ammunition. Norman?
Yes, Mr. Gillison?
Kill him.
No!
I warned you, Saeed. No second chances. He had 2 women with him. Find them. Oh, try not to kill them, unless you absolutely have to.
Yes, sir.
Do you think she'll be all right?
I don't know. She seemed a bit shaken by the whole thing. But aren't we all? This is it. Felton Polly.
Daniel, can you do something for me?
Yes, what?
Never mention my family, or what I did. I can deal with it, as long as people don't talk about it.
I won't tell a soul.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
Let's hope they're friendly.
I know you're here. There's nowhere left for you to run. You might as well surrender. Come out with your hands up, or I'll come in and get you.
You just try.
All right. You asked for it.
You're not taking me anywhere. I'd rather die.
Your choice.
Norman!
Sir, she attacked me.
All right, never mind that. The other one's getting away. She's down by the lock.
Come on!
There she is, Norman. Try not to kill this one.
Oh!
That was your first and last warning. Either give yourself up, or Your corpse will join all the others in the Thames.
You make such a persuasive argument.
I'll give you the count of 3 to get off that boat. 1. Norman, killer! Now! Keep firing! Keep firing!
Bye-bye, fellas. See you in hell.
She's heading downstream.
Shall I go to the next bridge? Head her off?
No, let her go. She won't be back. If she knows what's good for her.
I don't believe it. We come here, first thing they do is lock us up.
You heard what the girl said. It's just a kind of quarantine to make sure we've had the sickness and recovered.
We wouldn't be here if we hadn't recovered.
Terribly sorry for keeping you waiting. Some business I had to attend to. My name's Gillison. James Gillison.
Daniel Connor.
A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Connor. And?
Jackie Birchall.
Ms. Birchall. So, if you've picked up my broadcast, you'll know that we've set up a community on the Polytechnic with everything we need to defend ourselves from outside attack.
From who?
Oh, there are other groups in the area. Less savoury in their outlook. But don't worry, if you choose to join us, you'll be perfectly safe.
If we choose to join you?
Oh, the invitation is open. No one is obliged to stay. You're free to leave any time you want. Any time at all.
I'm Terry Malloy, and I play John Redgrave in The Survivors. Could you fetch Chief Williams, please? Tell him John Redgrave is here to see him. He is expecting me.
I'm sorry, sir. Mr. Williams is unavailable at present.
Redgrave, Department of Health and Social Security. Please, tell him I've been here for nearly an hour.
1 hour, try 16.
Here, my credentials.
Of course. 1 minute, Mr. Redgrave. I'll go and find him.
Special treatment, huh?
It is a very testing time for all the airport staff. I'd ask that you remain calm. Please allow those in authority to do their jobs. Well, Redgrave is a civil servant. He's used to receiving orders and carrying them out. As far as he's concerned, he must do that. He's like the last Spartan soldier standing at the gates because he's been told to stand there, and he will do it because he's been told to do that. And it's only in the very, very final moments that he realises this is pointless, there is nothing here, that he then starts to become his own man. He's been inured in the whole ethos of the civil service and how things are done and how government looks after people, and suddenly that's taken away from him. And he's one of those people who's got through the illness and then is faced with his own uncertainties as people around him are just dying. Miss Price? Maddie? Here, let me... The end of the world. You're right, Miss Price. I think it's time these people knew the truth. That is, if there's anybody left to listen. Even today, people say we're only a week away from anarchy. If everything stopped tomorrow, the shops stopped supplying food, the grid went down, the water stopped. How soon do we get into, tribal barbarism, or, the veneer of civilization is fairly thin. Take away the things that they are used to, the things they're comfortable with, and you could see something, really quite the nasty side of human nature, which can come out, but also sometimes the very best sides of human nature can come out in those extreme situations. I've not done a very good job, have I?
I wouldn't still be here if it wasn't for you.
But how many others?
It's all right, John. You'll be back on your feet in no time. You just have to hang on. So do that for me, okay?
What a shame, yeah. I mean, he survives and then doesn't survive. He gets through the first bout and then, you know, through his own wanting to help people, he carks it again. But yeah, it's a shame because he was a nice character. I enjoyed playing him. He was one of those characters I don't normally play. That sort of character. It was lovely to be able to do someone who's actually got a quietness and a centre to himself, which he tries to use to calm people around him. But in this instance, it fails dismally.
Should we give it a read? Yes. Okay. Over to you.
I politely request that you lower your voice, please, miss.
Ms. Price, Maddie Price.
I do understand your frustration.
Do you? Do you even know that the food's run out? I mean, if this is the VIP lounge, I hate to think what's going on in Coach.
Please, Miss Price, return to the seating area. I'll see to it that the soft drinks trolleys are replenished shortly.
Spot on. Yeah, that's the one. Lovely. Thank you very much indeed.
It can be quite harrowing, actually, because you're dealing with graphic images of a horror that we thankfully haven't had to experience, although we may have seen it on news reports from around the world from countries less fortunate than ourselves in times of famine, in times of war. So you can equate yourself with it, but never having experienced it. When you're, as an actor, you're conjuring up pictures, which you're hopefully sharing with the people who are listening and creating that picture in their minds. It can be quite disturbing to have to conjure in your own mind the graphic image that you're seeing in order to be able to transmit that through the words that you're saying.
Hi, my name's Chase Masterson and I play Maddie Price.
So where are we going?
We survived, so there must be others. Even if it's 1 in 1,000, in London that's 7,000 people. We have to find them. The more of us there are, the better. Then we can start sorting things out.
What do you mean sorting things out?
Assess the situation, restore a system of government, re-establish lines of communication with the rest of the world.
Oh, sounds positively utopian.
Well, what's the alternative? We revert to barbarism, savagery, or the wrong people end up in charge.
You seem to have got it all worked out.
No, not really. I'm making it up as I go along.
When Big Finish first asked me to do Survivors, I didn't really know anything about the series from the 70s. And I'd heard of it, but I wasn't really familiar with it. And now I understand why this team has been so enthusiastic about it. It is really a project that speaks to the essences of the human condition. Certainly life or death, but more compelling even than that is, you know, what the stakes are in our lives and what we're willing to do for our own lives, for our own safety, for people that we love, what we're not willing to do. It just is an incredible look at what people need in order to continue, both physically and emotionally. And I'm really excited about addressing those things. I'm excited to see where these storylines go.
What the hell's going on?
Miss Price, you're a lawyer, aren't you?
An attorney, company law, but I know enough about civil rights. If we've been placed in danger, I'll be doing a whole lot more than giving out my card. How about I get everyone together and we all stop being so very British? Stop doing as we're told. Your name's at the top of the writ, John Redgrave.
Then please allow me to plead my case.
Well, Maddie's a ballbuster. She's an American attorney in England. She was here for work, and she has a fiancé back home in St. Louis in the Midwest, all very boring. And not that the Midwest is boring, not that St. Louis is boring, but we get the feeling that her home life is not really an adventure. She's thrust into this adventure, which on the basis of, you know, which people are living and dying. And she has to come to terms with her own strengths and weaknesses in a way that she never has before. As an attorney, she certainly values what she sees as her strengths, being kind of like a dog, like chomping down on what she believes and wants and not letting go. And this is a really interesting look at where she is willing to stop and where she's just going to hang on and make things happen out of sheer true grit. I think we all have that side. I think that's part of what makes her attractive. We want to think that we will keep our promises to ourselves, and that our strengths will come through when the chips are down. Sometimes all of ours do, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes things are out of Maddie's control that she's not used to having out of her control, and that's another set of great questions that comes about during this series. How much control do we really have over society and our own lives? Not as much as we'd like.
Damn. We made the world so much smaller. Thought we were so clever. Nobody ever thought what had happened if it suddenly got big again.
These days, we're so tied into technology, and a lot of that is, we're captives by our own choice. And there's certainly things, that are pieces of technology that we rely on as a society more than we ever thought we would, and that we do count on for our very lives. But then there's other ways that we just can't unplug because of our own habits. And I think, when we take a look at how much more so that's true now than it even was in the 70s,